Hey everyone, it's Gilbert.K here. Welcome back to my channel, your go-to place for movie deep dives with a side of sass and soul. Today we're peeling back the layers of Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, and yes, the new Scott Cooper directed Bruce Springsteen biopic, which just dropped its first reviews and is already lighting fires in good and messy ways. Buckle up folks, your boots. We're going to ride this one like a slow burning guitar solo. Let's go. First thing first, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check other episodes. You can listen to this episode and others on any podcast platform. So what is Deliver Me From Nowhere even trying to do? Firstly, the basic map. The film chronicles Bruce Springsteen in a moment of quiet storm, the creation of 1982 album Nebraska. It doesn't try to be born in the USA on screen. Instead, it zeroes in on a creative retreat, a retreat inward, wrestling with ghosts, expectations, and a faint hope that something true might emerge from the silence. That's a bold move because in the modern biopic marketplace, audiences expect sweeping arcs, flashy montages, crowd-pleasing peaks, and hero's journey redemption. But Cooper, who wrote and directed, aims for the anti-biopic route, less spectacle, more nuance. From early reviews, critics say it both embraces and resists cliché. The Guardian calls it introspective and nuanced, praising the avoidance of the usual crowd-pleasing beats. The Hollywood Reporter notes that sometimes its emotional beats feel underpowered, but there's melancholy beauty in Springsteen's internal struggle. So right off the bat, this is not Rocket Man, it's more of a hushed confession. Leading the charge, Jeremy Allen White as Springsteen. If there's a consensus so far, it's this. Jeremy Allen White is very good, possibly the MVP of the whole thing. Critics buzzed that he's utterly convincing on every count, even though he's not impersonating Bruce in a karaoke sense. He's embodying the internal Bruce. Variety praised that White gets to the essence of the man without copying him. He doesn't always sound like Springsteen, and some reviewers flag that, but tone, posture, vulnerability, he nails it. The strain in his voice, the stares, the small tremors, these are the tools this version of Bruce uses to tell us who he is in the moment. No impersonation required. I walked out feeling like I had glimpsed Bruce's psyche, not just his showmanship. That's rarer than we give it credit for. So what really lands for me? Here are the parts that I want to talk about. The hits, not the misses. Quiet as a weapon. There are long stretches with minimal dialogue where we live with Bruce in emptiness. Cooper uses silence or understand ambient sound like an instrument. It's uncomfortable, but beautifully so. In a rock biopic landscape that's screaming to be loud, Deliver Me From Nowhere dares to whisper. That's its power. Emotional specificity over broad strokes. Rather than trying to map every career milestone, Cooper focuses on inner collapse and creative emergence. The film tilts more toward pain as gateway than triumph as spectacle. We see Bruce negotiate with himself between what people expect, what he wants, what he fears. Those fractures matter more here than chart positions or arena cheers. Supporting cast grounding the myth, Jeremy Strong as John Lordeau, Bruce's manager, provides the tether of the outside world. That tension between camaraderie and pressure is one of the film's best dynamics. Stephen Graham as Bruce's father also stands out. The father-son unspoken wars get real weight. There's emotional payoff in those two little confrontations. A tone that earns its melancholy. This is not a movie that pretends Bruce didn't have darkness. It leans into it. The subjects of depression, delusionment, and the cost of creativity are not sugar-coated. And yet, there's a flicker of intent, the idea that music and truth might deliver something from that nowhere. A few missteps and what held me back. No film is perfect. Here are the stumbles. Underpowered moments, as the Hollywood Reporter notes. Some emotional climaxes feel muted. You get the sense Cooper felt the weight of restraint, and sometimes that restraint bends under its own gravity. Occasional melodramatic choices, moments where the film leans toward poetic devices, flashbacks, stylized visuals, and you wonder whether it's trying to look deeper than it actually is. It sometimes flirts with self-conscious biopic tropes it ostensibly wants to avoid. Pacing over breadth, because it doesn't try to tell everything. You sometimes feel a hunger for connective tissue. More scenes, flashing transitions, more breathing room between turning points. It's lean, but some cuts it's noticeable in retrospect. For casual fans, a thin echo. If you don't already care about Springsteen or Nebraska, this might feel like watching someone brood. It's not built for spectacle, it's built for souls who will lean in. Some critics flagged that it's more for the diehards than the general crowd. Here's the verdict. Who this movie is and who's for. Deliver Me From Nowhere is not a crowd pleaser or the greatest hit spectacle. It doesn't ask you to cheer so much as to lean in, to feel the fissures. If you are a fan of Springsteen, particularly Nebraska, that will hit like a direct line to your chest. If you care about how art is made, what it costs, what it demands, this is a film that gives you some of the spine. For the rest of the world, it's a compelling experiment at midnight convert, but it just might hunt. For creators, lessons from this ride. In Restraint, there's a revelation. Cooper resists signposting everything. That makes us do the work. Casting is excavation. White isn't a shadow. He's a prism. The smaller performances magnify more than grand flourishes might. Minimalism can be braver than maximalism. You don't always need a stadium moment to feel the weight of a life. So that's my full take on Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. If you're a Boss fan or someone who loves movies about artists on the edge, this is likely going to strike a chord. If you come out thinking, meh, where was that big payoff? It's a film that trades in echoes, not anthems. If you like this breakdown, or even if you violently disagree, tell me in the comments what's your favorite Nebraska track and why. Did White's Bruce feel real to you? I want to hear from you. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching or listening to Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere review. And don't forget to check out other episodes on my channel and all podcast platforms. Also, for the latest film and series reviews, trailer reactions, and exclusive film industry interviews, packed with tips, inspiration, and recommendations. More stories, more insights, and more movie magic waiting for you. See you in the next one. Until next time, Gilbert.K out.